for a while. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what these people talking about real quick, just to tap back in real quick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so much stuff going on with family and gossip dynamic in the reader community. But, you know, there's a lot still. Like I said, to be the empress, I guess I would have to go ahead and put my head back in the clouds real quick and go on ahead and talk about the things that may be, would have me targeted, because targeted has been a big word that's been on my mind today, okay? To just say that, this again, there is an instance where there are targeted individuals here, okay? More than likely, it will be people like myself or others that talk or have talked about these particular things over time, all right? That you may be on a domestic terrorist list and don't even know it. When the domestic terrorists usually are the ones in the east of the garden, the way east of the garden in the Americas. We'll just say. So, I said, what they talking about guns? Because when I know they talking about guns, they talking about people like us that shoot off at the mouth. Or people like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the reader community, there's not that many people that tap into those things. There are some, okay? Dangerous situation here, because not only are you challenging these people, these powers that shouldn't be, because the ones that shouldn't be are the ones that are targeting people that are speaking the truth like me, okay? But there's some up there that should, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, everybody that's in positions of power, I'm not saying, but it has been some problem with members of authority using their authority to suppress or oppress, right? Even the fucking emperor and the empress, okay? To oppress God. So if you want to sit there and say, oh, God is powerful, almighty and everything, okay, which one and what energy is you talking about? Because again, at this point, right, we know that there's in God we trust on your dollar bill with that woven web of whatever there, all right? And then we know that we have also, you know, but it's so funny. The Black Widow, you know, it's making me think about the Native American cards that we have with that Black Widow spider in the middle, or that spider in the middle. I won't say it's a Black Widow because it has yellow on it, okay? But in the middle, and then there's a spider web and it got stars stuck in it. You know, that reminds me of, you know, the luminaries or stars, or even if you think about like as above, so below, okay? Or if you think about even like higher class people that are merchants and, you know, entertainment and, you know, people that are in the political arena, you know what I'm saying? That dollar bill got these particular people probably stuck in that web. The luminaries that are like, that's who the fuck know. Okay? So we ain't gonna go all the way there. Again, we're talking about it from the political aspect, somewhat, because I don't really, you know, and then about from the spiritual aspect, allegedly, supposedly. All right, we talk about things that are past, present, and future, things that are seen and unseen. We have correlated by the number, by names, storylines in the Bible with historical wars and events that have happened in the past. All right. So with certain lineages and shit like that, that's what I do. All right. I'm someone who can connect dots and deal with patterns and shit. Okay. So again, to be able to be alerting, not only, again, it's almost like playing on both sides of the field. Okay. God will have to do that, wouldn't he? So the sons of God will have to do that as well. The sons of man is going to be more behind that nature of in God we crust. The earth's crust. God damn, hold on, wait. Okay. In God we trust, where you're talking about what you see, people that worship money and all these other things in government and things like this, and laws of man over God and the laws of nature and indigenous law. Right? Maritime law is somewhere in between. Maritime law is somewhere in between that, because again, some of the maritime people did come here prior to the 1700s when we had our first so-called president, right? So those people would have been grandfathered into that energy, right? There wasn't only so-called black people here by the time. So if we even go back to that 1828 dictionary where it says that, you know, American meant the copper-colored people that were found here by the Europeans, but now applies to the offspring of the Europeans, all right? So that just means that there was already some people called Americans here here that were copper tone individuals. But then after they were conquered or whatnot, the new people that came in possibly could have, so some of your ancestors could have been joined perfectly in between by those people that were already here and those royals that were coming in, because these were high class. They wasn't coming in here, you know, what they call breaking into empty homes. The families that were coming in here with, like, especially in the Carolinas and on the East Coast, they were joining with high society people that were already here. It was no jungle, like everything wasn't like no. Now in South America, now, okay, we got to talk about the Dutch and all of them that came first, right? And already had mixed with these people, right? Okay. Portuguese and stuff like that, okay? So again, if we think from South America, maybe that area was heavily something like that. But in the Americas, there was kingdoms here. There was emperor, empresses, energy. If we talk about India Superior, Asia Minor, ancient Egypt, all that shit was already here. The pyramids and shit is just, mounds are just truncated pyramids. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, right? Like, so, okay. And then even if you take a look, like I do my satellite views or whatever, you can see where the mass graves are. You can see the souls of the, well, I don't know if it's just something that I can do or whatever, but you can see particularly the souls of the, or the remains, we'll call that, the remains, pixelated remains of these individuals in these particular places, right? A lot of around like the star forts and shit like that, you can see a lot of that, okay? If you scan, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I scan through, like really heavily, all right? Again, let's get back on the guns, all right? Because again, we get a lot of images that are supposed to project a certain sear a certain image of what missiles look like, right? So when you think about a missile, you're going to think about something that's being shot out of something or whatever like this, right? But if you really think about it from the spiritual aspect, the power that individuals carry, okay? Once you know yourself, or you're getting to know yourself, right? That is also a missile. If you're now listen, this is what I wrote down. I just sketched a little kind of like what I seen when I went to etymology, okay? Because I don't have my other phone. But in etymology, it's saying that a gun is an engine. Now think about engines, or Native Americans or Indians or savages or engines. You know, they used to call, Indians engines, okay? So again, engines of war, okay? That throws missiles from a tube. Now, if you think about what I'm saying, this could be talking about people that shoot off at the mouth or tell truths or tell stuff that these people that want to conquer and control you and indoctrinate you don't want you to know. So we talk about things that are seen and unseen here. So this is Satan devising a plan to shut, or the children of man devising a plan to shut up the children of God. This is why you see Maxine Waters and all of them online. You know what I'm saying? Now support. We said, where are they? Where are these people? And now all of a sudden, because they're coming up with something they're hearing all polished and looking new and shit on your TV screen, your television screen. So if you think about YouTube, you could be considered a missile. That means you could be, you know what I'm saying? And I think people are. I have experienced it. I have experienced a mass amount of people with secret information about me that they shouldn't know. Whether they're being given these downloads by 5G, or they have been, you know what I'm saying, stalking or researching me, whatever it would be, or something that I said. But again, this was happening before I shared anything personal about myself online, right? So somebody took the liberty to go ahead and do that already, all right? To try to expose or make me look some kind of way or do something, whatever the fuck they've been doing, some experiment, whatever it would be, right? Because even when it comes to these experiments that they did on so-called black people, they show us in these books to make you so horrified and everything. With women, so-called black women, but American women sitting on tables being prodded and probed. Really, you know what I'm saying, the type of energies and these type of beings that we're dealing with, you wouldn't even know that they was there. You get my drift? You wouldn't even know that they was there. You might live a normal life. 90% of your day is just easy breezy, cool, and maybe 10% of you getting some type of information and having to come do your job and talk. You know, you might have to get a little bit amped up as to what you're hearing. When I'm reading the Bible, that's how y'all see I'm passionate sometimes. Sometimes you if you go back and check this channel for the past 3 years, everything was very subtle and everything was very, you know, but it was more kind of like, Well, because all the children were here, it was a lot more, you know, going on that I had to do. But, you know. But when I got on camera, it was just chill. Now, all of a sudden, like I said, we at war. So, matter of fact, we've been at war since we've encountered these colonizers, some of the ones that came to conquer, okay? Not to join, okay? So, sense. If you go back and look at like Indian wars and different wars, there's only been like a small amount of time that we, like 10% of the fucking time from the time of colonization until now that we wasn't at war. We've been at war, all right? So again, they're using these some of these readers, some of these indigenous community people, some of these people as engines, or don't project it at the people it need to. They rather us about race, sexuality, you know, education, whatever, you know, you do personally in your life, or your boyfriend and girlfriend, than to direct all the energy towards what is the main thing. So I noticed when they were talking about these gun laws, they kept showing the Capitol building there, okay? We know they're talking about January 6th a lot. We're also talking about, you know, them sending people in like to attack or harass Supreme Court justice people. But again, some of you are out here in this world, in this nation, unprotected, and you are of the Supreme Court. If you look at it from a spiritual aspect. So this means that shut your fucking mouth. Even though we're not giving you all the information and we're keeping you as an outsider, and we know that you're fighting this battle and it has to do with your generational wealth and your, you know, your children's future and things like this, don't say nothing. Even though we're building in situations that you, or to advise in situations we know you should be in, we don't want you because you the motherfucking truth. We don't want you because you are the real power, right? The brick house or the powerhouse. We've recreated you in different feminine energies or masculine energies, but again, there's only one fucking capital, all right? So, we may try to, you know, recreate or bring someone else in to, you know what I'm saying, be with a masculine, because they're going to try to project a masculine over my energy, right? Even though the Empress is the baddest motherfucker in the deck. Right? The Emperor, mainly, I'm starting to see, has to do with mental situations. So it's funny that they're bringing mental health when they know that Emperor energy most of the time is a phantom or a Matthew type of energy, or energy that you may communicate with telepathically or in the mind, like God, when God comes down, he's going to sit on the throne, which is a crown or a corona of a very powerful feminine energy. But people want to take that aspect away. They want to say, hey, there's a million ways to do this, or skin a cat, or there's other people that we can exalt to do this, and we can just keep this individual, you know, not sheltered, but we can keep this individual in the dark, censored, do heavy spell work with hundreds of thousands of people to keep this person, you know what I'm saying, blocked, all right, while we do this here. Because if you think that secret societies, sororities, and cults and covens and secret societies are not involved in this, you're dead fucking wrong. They just want somebody to conform and do it their way, and I do it the way, you know. And then we think they represent. I feel like Republicans, in a sense, represent structure, not chaos. Just saying. And just so you know, that most black people back in the days in the 1800s and stuff like that were Republicans, all right? They just started to give you desirous things, or give you the impression that they were going to do things like time for a change. Oh, we can do it. Time for a change. And you never fucking saw it, but you see it now. But see, they don't want to have that. They don't want to have that. They rather, like I said, worship that almighty dollar. There can't even be room for both. Right? And that's connected to AI and whatever technology or whatever fuck they got you going into. You know, you are already either androids or eyes with your iPhone and your fucking Samsung. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I feel like I am that I am. And that's just what it is. So it's saying that these are missiles thrown from a tube with whatever excessive powers or something like this in substance, right? So again, they know that there's some substance coming from what I'm saying, and people like me are saying, But again, at the end of the day, that's why they mess with the algorithms and shit like that to keep you in a depleted fashion and try to make jealous by bringing people that have lesser, more random information that's going to cause more chaos and more things like this and more disruptions in families. You know what I'm saying? Because, excuse me, because of speculations and all this other stuff and, you know, taking things out of context. Just because somebody say something is general, you know what I'm saying? The whole act of it is to cause discourse or a discord or dis-ease in people's lives, because no matter how much you say it's a general reading, you know that a lot of people are picking up on that energy, and just because certain things are going on, you know what I'm saying, it may be insinuating. It's just like having that friend that always, you may like somebody's vibe, you might like their message. Some messages are directly for people. I'm not even gonna lie. I read the fucking readers, okay? So, not like excessively, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might even have me fooled. I might watch 3, 4, 5, 6 of your videos, and then all of a sudden, something flipped. You know what I'm saying? And then I can tell that this person has been consumed. Or they say, oh, this person is, you know, telling this person something and we need to go ahead and correct or change the narrative here. But that's how you know people don't have, you know, I change it fucking not, okay? So again, it's just like, so even if you're seeing that passionate side of me that I didn't have to express, it wasn't like that. I wasn't at war. I wasn't physically, I wasn't emotionally or spiritually or electronically being attacked at that time, okay? You see what I'm saying? All right, so something has changed here. All right, a very prominent figure or somebody that would be a fathering or mother hovering spirit over me of protection, has probably passed over here. This could be people that it would be in the public eye. You know what I'm saying? These could be also particular, like I said, these father figures could be, like I said, when we're talking about this, we're talking about the energy of them trying to cut down people like that. Now, again, if there are people just throwing out like, it's hard to interpret because a lot of these people that are making these laws may not be tapped in, and there's some people that's hella tapped in. You know what I'm saying? So some people are just, it's almost like any type of pyramid thing, okay? Let's think about it, okay? Like a hospital or something, all right? You got the owners or the people that's at the top when it comes to a hospital. Then you have like the people that are in like, or like a corporation or something, CEOs, the executive president, the president, like that. And then it trickles down to like the HR and then the workers and then the janitors and you know what I'm saying? Okay, the latrine cleaners. So everything is a scheme like that. So what people know at the operating level of nurses and stuff like that, they know how to do their tasks. They come there to do it every day. But they don't know the dark shit that probably goes on in the background, the deep head up stuff that happens, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows about that's on our level probably, unless you really researched it or something happened to you to make you dig deeper, right? So you don't know the real sinister things about organ harvesting and all that shit that happens at the top. You understand what I'm saying? This ain't just no regular. Now, again, we could talk about like retail or something. That's different, okay? But even we don't know the dirty stuff about retail and how much stuff they throw away a year instead of donating it or giving it away or something like this, or allowing people just to come and, leave it in the front of the store and let people come pick the shit out of something. A lot of stuff goes to waste. It goes in the trash, okay? So that's just that's kind of like a pettiness or whatever if we talking about something like retail. But I'm talking about big stuff, like even in the food industry. You know what I'm saying? You see it nice and pretty, how it's laid out, the spread and everything. But when you go back in the kitchen, you be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Or what that owner has to do to preserve his most choicest meats or something like this. Something may fall on the floor or some shit that they just pick up and cook still or clean off or something like this. You know what I'm saying? You don't know it's the secrets or the things that go on deep within, okay? Same thing with government, in the shadow government or whatever, okay? Which I think that a part of that shadow energy, they're not they can't be to allow some of these things to go on a mass level, all right? So again, what I'm saying is when they're talking about mental health, so this could be some of you seers and stuff like that, that people have been already researching and looking at, trying to have to do with what has to do with inheritances and trust funds and money and stuff that they didn't think that a lot of people would know about, right? But there are these militias or these mobs of people that are growing very and actually acting on doing these things, you know, to take back or get, you know, certain things, okay, that they were supposedly promised or due to them, okay. So again, I feel like, again, a lot of people have gotten away with a lot of money from people that might be ignorant in that arena. If you, like the Levites or scribes and shit like that, they were more worried about the word. So again, that's marriages, okay? People may tend to stick to that narrative. You class system, right? They want to keep it so that small percentage at the little 1% or that small percentage at the top here. They know that it was best for them to go down to the bottom and grab some of these people up that have broken these curses, have brought this information forward to break these curses, and they were supposed to be exalted in a fashion, but it wasn't because of no trickery or they was trying to steal nobody's position. No, it's because people know that these are the elite star families, first families of this fucking nation, and that they were chosen to come, and those were going to be the people that were going to dream dreams and have visions, and they were supposed to go somewhere, right? But they teamed up with same-sex energy, right, in order to dominate and regulate and penetrate and not negotiate. All right, so that will leave those of us that really have the juice in a position where we will still be on a ground level. And these people, again, like I said, especially when we're talking about air energy, air quality, air signs or whatever, that would be, I mean, because Libra may be like a land animal, but you know, their head is, well, I guess that's maybe how you could I mean, that's how I'm starting to look at land or earth energy anyway, okay. You know, bulls, they gore. Rams, they kind of like just butt heads. They, you know, but I'm getting off track. I'm getting off track. The point is, I feel like they've tried to get family members or things to secretly go against people and try to make claim of us so that these people can benefit people that maybe have had nothing, but they don't have the brains that you have. They don't have that juice that you have. They don't have the qualities that you have. But again, these people, as long as they can get your family to surround you and look at you, and that's what I'm saying about, you know, the prophet is not, you know, accepted or whatever in their own hometown, because these people are going to benefit from you not being. They're going to benefit from keeping you wrangled in or in some kind of fenced in kind of energy here, okay? So that, you know, with these other beings or energies can come down and always have access to you. So it's kind of like child sacrifice is allowing for people to be secretly given up for organ harvesting or some type of punishing to the. We want to talk to you about this or what you know or something like this. They will try to observe you from afar, and that's how you get it wrong. They won't let you, it's unrequited. You don't have they're examining you. You're treating you like you're some kind of one-ring circus or some kind of monkey in a cage or something like that. And like I said, you might see the people being imprisoned, you know what I'm saying, and behind bars with their hands on the bars looking sad and shit like that, but imprisonment. But in 2022, imprisonment could be mental attacks sent to you. Direct missile or even like I said, laser shit, just stuff that you couldn't even really imagine that could be penetrating you, all right, that could keep you and then you're wondering why I can't get out, or or it's just me. That already is people doing shit to you because they know who you are and who you were chosen to be, and they think they want to do it or they want to do it better. They know that this is something that happens organically to you. All right. When they have to go ahead and do all these studies in their laboratories with Fauci in them to try to find out ways to manipulate, change your genes and all this other shit and genomes and stuff like this. So like I said, when it comes to this stuff, you have to be very careful as to what you asking for, because this is their last straw or their last stand. This is the stand for them to try to